Hi, I'm Taryn and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if you're new, I make a lot of skincare focused beauty content as well as fashion and life content. If that interests you, please feel free to check out my other videos and subscribe. So I'm going to start off with comment of the week because it applies. This week's comment of the week is from Blue and it says your skin is beautiful. Thank you so much. That is very sweet, especially seeing as I'm feeling a little bit discouraged in my skincare journey. So basically, if you're reading the title, this is my 9-month update on tretinoin. I'm not super happy where my skin is right now, but it's also, I'm grateful for where I started because it was honestly, it wasn't good for me, at least. So I'm really happy to see how far I've come in my skincare journey. When you're watching this, I will actually be going to the dermatologist tomorrow. That will be interesting to see whether or not I'm going to get a higher prescription strength of tretinoin or what is going to happen, especially since I'm seeing a new dermatologist. So I'm excited to see how that will go. Hopefully it will go well. But yes, I've been feeling kind of discouraged, and I think it's just because there are some things going on. That sounds so dramatic, but there are a little bit of things going on in my life. Nothing like too major. It's just I've been working out. If you've seen my video on how I lost 4 pounds in a month, I've been working out, so I've been sweating a lot more. Of course, I wash my face, I wash my hair, but you can't save it all. So I feel like me being outside in the sun, walking my dog, exercising, and just being in the gym by the windows, I feel like that has kind of caused my hyperpigmentation to not fade as quickly as it was before, especially since I started going back to the gym in May. It is still fading and just kind of counteracts sometimes. So that's kind of what I've been dealing with, as well as some stress. Like, I've honestly decreased a lot of my stress since I started going harder in the gym and just working out more and doing more Pilates and yoga. That has definitely helped. And there also is something that I'm trying out to see if that helps with my stress levels, and if it works or if it doesn't work, I will be doing a video on that to come. So I'm gonna probably keep trying this out for at least like a month, maybe longer, to see if it really does have a lasting effect on helping me with my hormones and stress levels. Overall, like I said, I cannot get mad at where my skin is. Honestly, like, my skin has definitely improved. It's been 9 months. I went through probably what would be the hardest months of being on tretinoin, just because the sun has been here, there, everywhere, and it's really hard. I've been reapplying my sunscreen, and even with that, the sun is still gonna catch you, but make sure to reapply your sunscreen. So right now, I'm really focused on getting rid of my last bit of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which is on my cheeks, but also I have to control my breakouts, which has always been difficult for me to do, just because, I mean, especially as a woman, things just come up that time of the month, hormones, stress, and it's just a never-ending cycle. So it's really hard to try to balance that, but I am trying. And once I master that, because I feel like I will, at least to a certain extent, I will definitely share those details on this channel. So right now my focus really is to control my breakouts, and that's what I will be bringing up next week or tomorrow when you watch this to the dermatologist. The clindamycin has helped, but I feel like it's something I need a little bit more. I don't want to get on Accutane. I know my last dermatologist said if I don't really see improvements with my skin, that could potentially be a next step. I don't really think I'm ready for that at this point, and I don't think my acne is severe enough at this point, or honestly don't think my acne was bad at some point. But when you think of Accutane, you kind of think of those embedded, painful acne, and I just never had that. A lot of it was just like hormones, which maybe I will see like an endocrinologist, a specialist about that potentially. Like I said in a previous video, I think I mentioned something about my skin. A lot of it is not really internal, it's outside factors that end up affecting me internally, because I feel like just myself, like, I am probably the happiest I've been in a while. I launched a podcast, just a shameless plug. I launched a fashion-related true crime podcast. I'll put all the information for that in the description box. And I just been working out. I've lost 15 pounds. It's hard to tell because some of it was probably water weight, but I've lost probably around like 15 pounds. So I'm super proud of myself for that. I'm working on, you know, and now that I'm saying all this stuff out loud, like for instance, I'm also working more on my fashion, like my actual fashion label and brand. So be on the lookout for that. But now that I'm kind of saying this, I am putting a lot on my plate, but it honestly is making me happy because I believe in autonomy and just having something that I can do, control, have all the creative freedom, and just have fun with something that's literally just kind of just for me, but like it's coming from me, and it's just me putting stuff out into the world that I hope people also like and love. When it comes to hormones and stress, I usually break out on my cheeks, my jawline, and sometimes underneath my chin. However, underneath my chin has been doing really, really well for me. And what's difficult about that, I feel like if it's not your forehead, people notice your cheeks more because that's your profile. That's what they see head on. So I feel like while it has greatly improved, and I always go back and look at my pictures just to find encouragement from myself and from me being on this journey. And it's kind of dramatic to call it a journey, but if you've dealt with skincare issues, it's a journey. Like you probably tried everything just like I have, and it's definitely a journey. Definitely my next steps is mastering my breakouts and handling my breakouts and preventing my breakouts. And I've done a lot to try to prevent my breakouts, and I've done a video on this actually, and it's just continuing that. And a lot of times it's very hard to control your stress. Like that's one of the main things. It's hard to control your hormones. Like I've been eating healthier because I know that can help with your skin. So I've been eating healthier. Like this past week, I've had nothing but kale salads with seafood, like shrimp or baked chicken and oatmeal. And I'm not an oatmeal girl, so that has been very tough for me. But I've been eating healthier, exercising, making sure that with that exercising, I'm stretching, relieving tension in my body, tension in like, especially in like your shoulders, your hips, kind of finding little pick-me-ups to relax, laugh, let your mind relax, and just release things going on in your life, at least just for a moment in time. Making sure that I spend some time in the sun. Like sometimes I just sit on the patio and read. But yeah, I feel like some of it could be myself because I've been working super hard, but in order to have the life that I want and to be able to solidify my life as a full-time creative, I have to do these things. Or I technically don't have to do them, but to be the creative I want to be, I have to kind of do these things. But I am trying to find that balance of, yes, I have a full-time job, and yes, I do a lot of things on the side and working on my personal brand, my professional brand outside of those 40 hours a week, and just trying to figure out what my next steps are with that, because I do need to find more time to just have fun and relax. And you know what? I have been doing that, but sometimes I do just want to like stay down and just push through. Overall, am I happy with my skin? I'm happy with it, but I feel like right now it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10 is how I'm feeling with my skin. But since the sun is setting at 7:15 like it did today, and the sun is going away, my tan is fading, so a lot of my post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation is kind of having a higher contrast. That comment really did lift my spirits a bit, because while I was editing that video, I was kind of like, ugh, like my skin kind of looked kind of rough. But the thing is, my skin fluctuates. So depending on when I film these videos, I could be having a great skin day. Like, especially I feel like right now I'm going through a great skin day because I'm closer to ovulation, which is so annoying. And then when I filmed that video, I was like coming just off my cycle. So I was like kind of getting rid of some of those breakouts. Like I had a breakout here, and now you see I have post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, so it's really a constant battle with that. But I will say that my breakouts around that time of the month have gotten better. It was just like one and maybe a couple of small ones on the cheek, but they have definitely gotten better, because it used to be bad. Like, girl, it was like I was going through some things. Overall, I cannot wait to see how this dermatologist appointment goes. I'm not going to film it with the doctors because I haven't asked. And if it's anything like my last dermatologist appointments, it'll be so quick, but I am coming with questions. But I will definitely film for that and upload how that goes next week. And if there are any changes to my skincare routine, I will be updating those skincare routines. It's crazy that it's been almost a year since I posted those videos about my tretinoin skincare routine. So yeah. And I will say, putting out these videos definitely puts me into, I want to say like a spotlight, but for a lot of unwarranted, unwanted skincare advice. And I'm not saying that I'm against advice, but as someone that has dealt with acne, a lot of times you have tried everything. Like, you have tried a lot of things, and you might be working on something and you're just waiting for the results. And, you know, like, especially if you just started tretinoin and you're purging, that can be really hard for people to come up to you and be like, oh, have you tried this? And, you know, it could be that they're genuinely being nice, but it's like, if you're on the receiving end, it can be very frustrating. So sometimes I get some comments that are very unnecessary, and I honestly don't want to give them attention in the way that it's just, if you see something, like if you see somebody comment something, definitely use discretion about comments that you see on this channel. If you see anything, make sure that if you are adding products to your skincare routine, especially if you're using tretinoin, that they actually can work together and they will not damage your skin barrier, because that is something that you absolutely do not want while using tretinoin or any kind of prescribed product on your face. So yeah, and doing these videos, I didn't really be like, oh, like, I'm telling you what to do. This is what you should do. This is just something that I have done. This is what is working for my skin. Of course, I'm having a down slope right now, and it's honestly, the down slope really isn't that bad. I'm probably just being dramatic, to be honest, but this is what I do on my channel. This is what has helped me. One of my first videos with my nighttime skincare routine, I mentioned that I use that Aquaphor. If you look at my new videos, I don't use that. So that was something that I used because that was something new to my channel. And as you see and follow me on this channel, and as I document what's going on with my skin, you will see my skincare routine evolve and morph into something that will always adapt to where I am currently, which I think is cool because, like, as you know, like, your skincare routine will change. Eventually, when I don't have as much of a use for tretinoin, I might decrease my use from daily use to 3 times a week, because I could be deciding, okay, I'll use it as preventative, as maintenance, or I might decide, oh, I might use this to help reduce signs of aging or something like that. But skincare, I say it's a journey, because if you're like me, you've had acne, you deal with a lot of things going on with your skin, you know that things are not always peachy. It can be sad, it could be angering, it could just be a lot to deal with, you know, just dealing with it, because it's your face, it's what everybody sees, and most people are going to be self-conscious about their face. Like, if there's, like, even if you have like a small pimple, like, across the spectrum, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, like, that's my face. Like, you want to put your best face forward. You know, people are going out to interviews, people are going out on dates, meeting people, making friends. It's your face. So it can be a very sensitive topic when talking about your skin, especially when people highlight it, because it's honestly kind of like, I feel like when people point out that you have acne or something like that, if you have acne, it could be like eczema. It's like, okay, so that's like one of the first things that you're noticing about me. So it kind of highlights the fact of what you're being self-conscious about, and how, you know, your feelings are valid in that. For those of you that are also on tretinoin, let me know how your tretinoin journey is going. I'm always happy and love to see everybody else that is doing this, because it's like a little community. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment for more videos. Also, I wanted to thank everybody, because I have over 300 subscribers now, and that just is incredible to me, because yeah, like, I've just been doing this from scratch, to be honest.